Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Vasu Koduru and I'm your instructor as we know. Okay, so today we are going to say about this topic animating system as well as how to use to import the character from skeleton character from the Mixamo with the animations. Okay, so I have experience 9 years in the field. Okay, so but in the Unreal Engine, I have the 4 years experience. I am currently teaching for the uh, bachelor's and the master's. Let's start our session. Okay, so let's as we created in the past class, we seen the basic of the Unreal Engine as well as how do you create the basic prototype level. Okay, so I shared the one project with you, so you just work along with me today, hands-on experience. Okay, so let's jump into our today's session. Okay, so yeah, okay, so when you are going to say importing the character skeleton as well as the animation from the Mixamo, we'll learn little about the what is the animation system. So now we'll see what you are going to learn. So the basic goals and the outcomes of this session. So we are going to say the overview of the animation system and we jump into the Mixamo. How do you choose the character in the Mixamo and how to import the skeleton, how to download the skeleton meshes from that, as well as the how to apply the animation for the your character, your selected character, and how to use to download those characters. Okay. After that, you just how do I import those characters into the Unreal Engine that we are that we see from the Mixamo to Unreal Engine. After that, so when you are importing the any character into the Unreal Engine, we need to implement some of the key functionalities, how to make that to be use it as a main character. Okay, so that is a character blueprint that we are going to see today, as well as when you are used to play with your animation. So it is not possible to get directly. We can't use the animation directly with your skeletal mesh. Okay, so you can implement it by only a single animation that you can apply on it. Okay, so if you want to use multiple animations simultaneously based on the speed, so for example, idle, walk, run is there, so I want to make that to be based on my speed of the character. I just want to when I'm not pressing any key, that it should be in the idle. Okay, so if you are moving, if I press W key, okay, that is moving forward. Then I want to start with the walking. If I press shift, that I want to make to be uh, changing into the run. Okay, so this kind of animation blendings, how do we use to do that is the part that we see in the creating blend spaces. And uh, is after that we have the animation blueprints. So that is nothing but that's a kind of flowchart that we create in the animation blueprints. There is a two tasks, one is event and one is a anim graph. So using of those two, you just make it is in the admin graph. We just create a flow control. So when it will be happen, the idling and the walking and running. And if you want to create a kind of jump, so the kind of conditions and everything we just used to give the all the coding part and everything that you can do in the animation blueprint state machine. Okay, so in the event animation blueprint event graph, that we can create the entire when your character is having, okay, when your character is object. So when I'm increasing the space, so that automatically I just want to the speed value that I want to connect to my state machine. So we'll see how to use to connect that and everything. Okay, so that is our goals and outcomes that we are going to see. So before that, we'll see what is the animation system. Okay, so the animation system in the Unreal Engine is comprised of several animation tools. Okay, that is and the editors, which mixes the skeletal based deformation of the meshes. So animation is nothing but that is the deformation of the meshes. So when you're moving your hand, so what will happen? or your head. So what is happening? So the bone with the joint that is moving in the particular area. Okay, so that is a thing that we are getting from the skeletons and the animation. Okay, so there is also the mob-based vertex deformation for the cloth and everything that you can use to implement on it. Okay, so after that, so what is the animation workflow in our Unreal Engine? So we'll see that. Okay, so you can see the animation here, hierarchy. So how it is going on here, the workflow. So first one is the skeleton. Okay, so that is the main hierarchy that you can see the bone structure of the character. Okay, so if you take the human, so how that is, if you uh, uh, if anyone is walking or is doing something with a hand, what is happening is saying hi. Okay, that means your wrist is moving here. There is a bones and joint that is we just moving there. Okay, so in the 3D application, what we do, you just use to create a kind of skeletal system. Okay, to our mesh. Okay, it's nothing but a skeleton. Okay, so there's a hierarchy of the bones, and this is the main pillar of our animation. Okay, so we can change the location, the rotation, so is to deform our skeleton mesh of using of this skeleton. Okay, so we can also use the same skeleton. We can retarget the other characters. If you have the uh, other type of the skeleton system, we just make it reconnect the all the different uh, what is specific bones that is having, and we just make it recall the all the animation. We just retargeting everything. Okay, instead of uh, downloading the all the animations and everything, we just reconnect the skeleton and we can get the animations for that. Okay, so that is the thing about the skeleton. Okay, so from the skeleton we have the skeletal mesh, so where it is having the all the information of the materials as well as the LODs and physics. Okay, so this all are will be in the skeletal mesh. Okay, so that is nothing but where you can get the scalability features in the skeletal mesh. Okay, so and next one, we have the animation sequences. Is nothing but whatever the jumping, idling, and the you want to do some action like a kicking or something. So that everything will be as a, we call it as a animation sequences that we can use to import from the any DCC application. Or you are not comfortable with the animation. So if you are comfortable with the modeling, you just do the model your character, and we can upload it in your it in the Mixamo website. So that will give us an auto rig of our to our character, and we can also implement the different animation. There is a lot of animation there is. We just use to apply, and we can download. You can use it in the your Unreal Engine. Okay, so based on this animation sequences, it doesn't matter. It's a single animation like idle, walk, run, jump, fly. Okay, swimming. So these are the different animation. It will be we can import it as a individually. Okay, so if you are you want to use this in your and character, then we have to create a blend space. So this blend space is mainly created for movement. Okay, so like idle to walk, walk to run. Okay, run to fast run kind of it. Okay, so we just used to create further blend spaces like left move, right move. Okay, so back move and everything that you can create it in the blend spaces. Okay, so if you want to create the jump and everything, that is we do in the animation blueprint. Okay, so okay, we've done everything here. So how can you use to add the other actions like uh, any punching or any other skills that you want to implement to your character? So at that time we can create the animation montages. Okay, so that is a separate thing that we can create a kind of clips from the existing animation sequences. That is the animation montages. Okay, so next one is the animation blueprints. So in the animation blueprint we have the two areas, that is event graphs, where you can control the when you want, uh, you can call the speed as well as when it is in the air. Okay, we just calculate the position of the character. Okay, so that we can do in the event graph. And the animation graph, we just used to create the sequence as a flow chart. Okay, so which will be the first, the entry point, okay, which is a default pose that you want. And after that, when I'm used to increase the speed, what will happen? Okay, so if it is in the air, my character is in the air, what will happen? Okay, if it is reaching to the ground, what is going to happen? That everything we do in the this calculation anim graph. Okay, so next one we can go further, calculate your pose. So based on that, we just calculate pose and we just make that to be apply into your character. Okay, okay. So this is a animation system breakdown. So we just use any of the this application. We just use to make the skin polygon mesh and apply the create as some animation and export it as a PX and import it into the Unreal Engine. So first we just used to import it as a skeletal mesh. Okay, so that is having the skeleton as well as the physics. It will coming three things. Okay, and next one we have animation sequences like I said, what is the idle animations and kind of different animation that you can use to import it. Okay, so next one is to create the blend spaces and the animation graph like animation montages, player controller blueprints. So if you want to use it in the player controller, so just use to create controller and pawn or character class that you can create. Okay, so these are all the procedure where you can proceed. Okay, so if you want to edit any animation, so these are the editors that you can see: blend space editor, animation editor. In the animation editor we have the event graph and the animation graph. Okay, so there's a different graph, that is an animation montage, and there's a skeleton sockets. If you want to add it, you can use it to add it. Okay, so and morphing targets and the animation notification that you can do in the uh, animation sequences. Okay, anyway, so and the state machines. Okay, so next one is the created with the animation tools. So that is the skeleton sockets. So if you want to add any holdings like gun holding, or the you just want to add the uh, different holdings that you want. Okay, in the hand, if I draw a gun or the sword, so you just need to put it in your hand. Okay, so at that time we need the extra socket of the bone, so then we just used to add those in the skeleton. So that also we do in here. Okay, so and the morphin material curves, you can use it, and animation notification. Okay, so these are the state machine again. So we just used to follow this structure, then we can easily get into our uh, animations, and animation notifiers is there. So using of that, we can use to add the kind of sound effects, the particle effects at the time. Okay, so when it is reaching to the and position. Okay, so that is everything about the animation system. Okay, so let's jump into our how to use to import our character from the Mixamo to Unreal Engine. Okay, so today we are going to see how to use to create our custom character. Okay, so instead of mannequin, so we just use our own character. Okay, so this is the prototype level that we done so far. I just shared this project to you guys. We just open this before going to start it. Okay, so this is the level that we done. Okay, in the previous class, and you know all the basics. Okay, so let's jump into the animation. So how do you use to replace the our character instead of mannequin? Okay, so you can see that Iron Man is the main character in this level, and we just rotating all around, and he's running and idling, right? So that is thing that we are going to do. Okay, so let's start the session. So let's jump into the Mixamo. Okay, so there's just go to the website, go to the browser, and type the mixamo.com, then you can open the mixamo.com website. Then you just go for the login or sign up if you don't have any uh, account. So these are actually from the Adobe. You can get the different characters and a lot of animation content. Okay, so there's a motion capture content that you that they are using to store in the animation. You can directly implement and you can download those animations. Okay, so let's see how to use that and how can you import those into from to our Unreal Engine. Okay, so let's come into the browser and open it up, Mixamo. Okay, so just find the Mixamo and open the mixamo.com. So it's currently login with my account. So if I go for the sign out, log out once. Okay, so it is actually Adobe product. So where you can see the here in the left side top. So after that we have the icon. There is a characters. If I click the characters, there you can see the lot of the characters, right? So these are the free content where you can use to implement to uh, animations as well as you can download with the rigging. Okay, with the skeleton bones. Okay, so here you can see there's a 3 pages of the characters. Okay, you can choose any of the character. Okay, so there is a lot. Okay, and or what you like. So if it is a third person's constructor oriented game, you just used to get it, and medieval kind of game that you are planned, so you just used to take this paladin. Okay, and if there is any Eden base, so there is a Europe and that you can use it. And there is a any a fighting game like a soldier warfare or something that you want, you just use the Steve. Or there is a SWAT characters is also there, you can use any of the character. There is Alex. Okay, so you can use the any of the character you like. Okay, so and kind of assassin kind of characters there, you can see Night Day, Pellegrin and Arisa, and you can see the different characters. Okay, Akai. Okay, so there are the different characters that you can see. Okay, so, and if you are planning some kind of recent games like there's a in the world the corona is spreading, right? So I want to fight on the corona. So with the character of the doctor, that's he is going to fight with it. Okay, just find the chat character. So there you can say the chat. Okay, so there is a character. It is coming with the T pose by default. Okay, so before downloading and everything, just when I click on the download, it is asking to sign in. Okay, so just click on the login. There you can continue with a Google. Okay, so you can create your own account or just do go for whatever the available option that we have. Okay, so here you can see by default it is a I took the last time there's a character. Okay, so Vanguard. So but I'm going to choose the different character like I seen the previously there is a chant character, there is a doctor character. uh yeah, let's find him where he is. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so here you can see the T pose. Okay, you just download this character when you're selected, and with the T pose itself, just use the default setting what you are getting here. Okay, so click on download. Okay, so it is going to prepare the downloading. So before it's downloading, we just open our project. Okay, so let's go to the project and let's go for the Epic Game Launcher. And that is in the tab of the Unreal Engine. So here we have the Unreal Engine version 4.26.2. Okay, just click on the launch. Okay, yeah, so that is going to launch. So yeah, we have our characters still is downloading. Yeah, that's done. Okay, yeah, our project browser is opened. This is our Unreal Engine project browser. So there you can see there's a current project, recent project that I have. So if you created any projects that will be shown in here. Okay, So otherwise, if you want to create the new project, you can create from here. So we just create in the games base. So you can always select this. Or if you want to create the film base, you can select the film, and architecture base, you can set the architecture engineering. And so these are different categories that will give the predefined things what is required for the film for the game. Okay, based on the category we have the templates, so this will give the functionality based on the selection of the template. Okay, so instead of starting from the scratch, these templates will provide us some of the functionalities about the if you select the games. So here we have the blank first person, third person. So based on the template, so it will provide us some basic functionality. So like if you are selected the first person, so what's the first person functionalities? It is having the hands with the gun. Okay, there is no entire character, so we can see through the head portion, head area, right? So from your eyes, how you can see that is in the view that you can get it. Okay, so like this, you can get the gun and the shooting the bullets. The kind of functionality you can get it by default. If you want to third person like survival or kind of it, so then you can use the third person. So here you can see the entire character, and you can see and all the world with your character. Okay, so you have the different templates according to your project category. You just use to select your template. Okay, so that is about this categories and the templates inside of this each category. So in the architecture, so here you can see the based on the architecture visualization. So you just use to create a kind of photorealistic style as a renderings or something, then you can use to select this. And if you want to create the automotive renderings like data smith importing the mode style and the photo studio load lighting for your product, everything that you can get here. Okay, and in the film, so here you can see the virtual production ready template. Okay, so that you can use it. These are the used to create the filmmaking and everything. Okay, so anyway, we have our project that we have created already in the previous class. So we just open that project. Okay, so is everyone selected your project? Open your project.
Yes, sir.
And did you chosen your character in the Mixamo? Are you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so here we download our character. Let's find some animations. So go to jump in the animation page. So find some idle animation. So here you can see if I remove it. So here you can see the lot of animation in the different pages. So it is up to 52 pages. Okay. So and there is a packages also. So you can, if you select this package, that all the animation will be implemented and you can download at a single time. Okay. So that is everything here. Okay. So you can apply simply. So reaction. Okay. So like I want to dance with like sit there. So when I win the match, my character want to dance. Okay, so we just used to do it. And there's a tone. So yeah, I don't have the time. Just come to and fight. Okay, so kind of different animation, nice animation that you can apply, and you can use to check which animation that you want, and you can start with it. Okay, so as of now, I am finding some of the animation that I need for my character. Okay, so let's open it, idle. Okay, let's search for the idle, and you can see. So I'm ready for the boxing. Just come. Okay, so kind of blocking or something. Just see. Okay, let's see. Just to find the nice one, like a breathing itself. Okay, so that is fine. It's going to be idle. Let's download it. First one, when you are using to download with the TPOS, it should be with the skin. Click on the download. Okay, so it will coming with the all the skeleton, as well as skinning means when you are how much area that it has to be affect when you are rotating the particular bone. So that is going to be happen. Uh, just wait. We don't need the with skin. We just go for without skin. So we already have the all the information in our T pose. So just click on the without skin and you can download it. And that is also the small size that you can get it. Okay, there you can see only 1 MB. In the previous that is 53 MB. Okay, so and just go for the walking, and let's say this type of the walking is good. Okay, so there you can see, and here it's walking. So but what is happening in the walking, it's moving from one position to another position. Okay, so if you take kind of this animation, what will happen when you are applied to your character, when you're moving with your keys in a game. Okay, so it is go forward, and again it is come little backward and started from there. Okay, so that is a problem that we get. To overcome on it, so just use the in place animation. Okay, so here you can see our character is animation in the same place. So but when you are use the W or any case that you want to move forward or sideways. Okay, so at that time that automatically we can call this animation. When you are stopped, that go into the idle animation. Okay, so here I'm going to use this the same, use the without skin. Just click on the download. And next one, I'm going to say about the running. Okay, let's find a good animation for the run. Okay, so here you can see this also we just use in place. So here you can see the override and the character arm space. Okay, so we just used to if you want to give the more space to in between the arms and everything. So we just use reduce and increase that. Okay, so this is a little control list where you can get it, and you can apply to your character. Okay, so and this is the mirror, so where you can use to reverse it, kind of it. Okay, so and download this running animation also. Okay, so these are the things, and if you want to use to apply the jump and everything, so but we are not used to say the jump. So but we are ready for the next class. Okay, so we just used to check the jumping. So there you can say, okay, so jumping up. Okay, so jumping, I just find the jumping up animation. So this is jumping up. So I just want to only the small duration. So I just used to take this one. Just click on the download, and next one, jump down, jumping down. So is there anything that is reaching to the, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That is that the animation that is going to land. Okay, so there is seeing something. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so just use this. And when it is in the air, so we need the some kind of idle falling animation, right? So we just find that jump fall idle. Okay, So there's a falling idle animation. So you can use to take this. Okay. So when it is in the our cat is in the air, so I just want to it should be in the this pose. Okay, so I just want this. So like this, so which type of the animation that you want, you just use to find it and you can use to apply those things. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is all about the Mixamo animation and the character is to apply and download that animation. Okay, so let's, for example, if you have the character and if you want to implement these animations in the rigging part, then you can upload your character here. Okay, so set the character and I just rename this as a Iron Man car. Okay, so just upload that character. Then it is going to take your character and is navigate to the rigging. Okay, so it is going to, it is still preparing your character for the rigging. Okay, so let's check. So is everyone is following? Is any doubts that you have?
No, sir.
Okay, that's cool. So is it everyone chosen your character and you download it, right? So here you can see the character that I uploaded, the Iron Man character. So and is ready for the rigging. So you just click on the next button. Okay. So here you can see the chin and this is the structure where you can see there's a little preview how you can organize your pins in our character. So this is the chin area and the wrist and this is the elbow and the green and here we have the knees part. Okay, so you just used to connect along the your side picture. Okay, so you just select the chin and then you can see in the top right corner that is you can see the in the zoom view. Okay, the magnifier kind of it. Okay, so we just select the chin part and the wrist. So here is our wrist and elbow. Okay, so instead of existing characters in the Mixamo, you can use to upload your own character and you can use it as a uh, you can import that into your Unreal Engine. So there's a green part and the knees part that I added here. And next, so it is going for the auto rigging. So it will take the time. So it's going to load the things. Okay, so we'll see how that is in the later. So let's go into our project. And here is your Unreal Engine editor. So there's a level editor. So what we know here. So we just used to create the entire scene and everything in the viewport. You just drag and drop the things from the place actors and that actors will be seen in the outliner. Okay, so if you want to edit anything, so that will be do in the details panel. Okay, so yeah, and then this content browser, so we can get the all the imported assets or existing assets will be in there in the content browser. Okay, so there's a small toolbar where you can save and find the different uh, modes. Okay, so where you can use to apply. So now we just used to go for the map and open the prototype level one. So there you can see our level. Okay, so there's the level that we created in the prototype level in the last class. Okay, so in this we are going to, if I play, so it's the only camera that we are seeing, that the animation, there is no character. Okay, so instead of that camera, I just want to use the my uh, own character as a player. Okay, so you can use the third person character anyway. So if I want to use the third person, so you can add the add feature content, then you can use to go for content pack. There you have a lot of the content that starter content, you can add it. Okay, if you are not added the starter content in the starting of the project. So here we have the, if you selected the one type of the template. Okay, so at that time after that you can, if you want, if you change your mind, I want to create the third person, I want to create the first person, okay, then you can select and you can add to your project that character will be added. So kind of it, you can change one type of genre to another type of the genre of your game. Okay, so that is a thing. And is your, here is our prototype level, and let's import our character that we are downloaded. And here you can see our character is done the auto rigging parts, so now our character is showing some animation. Okay, so let's click on next and next. Okay, so it will show the kind of T pose or the animation that we are applied previously. So here you can see kind of animations and everything. Okay, you can download and you can use this as your main character. Okay, so that is uploading your own character and applying the animations in the rigging. Okay, so let's jump here. Yeah, let's go to our downloads, and here is our downloads. Okay, so before that, I'm going to create a new folder in my content browser, character, and open it up and create a new folder. So that is my chat character. So if you have the multiple character, better create the individual folder for that. Okay, so that's a hero character or enemy characters, whatever. Okay, so you just used to create the different folders that will be help us to find easily. Okay, so and right click and import to game. Okay, so first you need to import the character. Okay, so the t-pose what you are downloaded. So just leave it what is the default setting that is having. Just click on import. Okay, now it is imported with the skeletal and the skeletal mesh. Okay, so when I'm importing it, that you can observe in the starting. Okay, so that is the check mark is ticked on for the skeletal mesh. Okay, so if you are used to import the static mesh, you can't observe that. Okay, so that automatically it will get the generate collisions at the time. Okay, so here you have the character. So this is a character. Okay, and the physics and the skeleton mesh. Skeleton. Okay, this is a skeleton mesh, and this is the skeleton. Okay, so skeletal mesh is nothing but it is having the skeleton. So which mesh is deformed based on the bones. Okay, so here you can see our characters. So as I said in the uh, by, by using the skeleton mesh, you can change the materials and everything, as what is in the physics and everything, right? So that you can see in the details panel. And when you go for the skeleton, where you can see the all the bone structure of your character. But you can see over here, if you want to see your character bone structure, how it is, then go to the bones and click on the hierarchy. There you can see your bone structure here. Okay, so you can select and you can deform your, you see that. Okay, so make it undo, control share. Okay, so there you can see, you can create your own poses also and you can save it. Okay, as well as you can also add the extra bone sockets. Okay, so for example, I want to add some sword or some weapon that I want to kill the wires or some enemies. Okay, then you can add those kind of sockets. So just right click here, and so for the hip, I just want to add it in the side of the hip. Okay, so we just add the socket. So there you can see hip socket. So you can rename it uh, when you click the F2. So that is going to rename, or just right click and rename socket. Okay, so like that, it can use to select, and here this will be you can move it and you can place wherever you want it, and you can rotate and scale everything that you can do here. Okay, so yeah, kind of just rename that like weapon socket. Okay, so there's a name that I gave in for that. There you can see the name also. Okay, so if you want to see how it is, you want to see the preview, so you just use to add the any of the object. So there you can see I just added the object here. So we do scale it. Okay, first I create out something that I want to add it. So okay, just scale it from here. I can see it's still it's a big. You can observe here. See, so where you want to add it, you can add that. Okay, simply save and go to. So this all are showing the stars symbol because it is not saved. Okay, so you must save it once. Click on save all. So is everyone imported your character? Is there any issues that you are getting while you are importing? No issues?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So I just want to move all these textures and the materials in the folder so that make this to be clean up. Okay, so okay, so and this is the material and this and the folder for the textures. I have my character. So move it into this. So that's a little cleanup that we do always. Okay. And now I need the animations to import. So let's right click in the content browser in the character itself and name it as animations and import. Okay. And here we have the all the animation. Okay, just select all the animation and open. So here it is asking to select some skeleton. Okay, so this is the animations that we have, right? Okay, so they must need the skeleton. Otherwise, we can't do we can't see any animation with the character. Okay, so you just select that. So there's a CH11 non-PBR skeleton. So we just used to select that. Uh, Another one is a default one. That is a mannequin skeleton. That is the third person what you can use it. So when you click on the import, it will import one. It will ask it again. Okay, so how many animation that we have, it will ask again and again. You can select that. Okay, instead of that, what we'll do, we just select the skeleton and click on the import all. Okay, then all the animation will be imported at a time. So let's click on the save all because they are in the asterisk. Okay, so there you can see the animations now. You can see we added the some preview of the object over here. So it is showing over there itself. You see that? So it is moving with the character itself, right? That's interesting, right? Okay, so is everyone done up to here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can anyone share? So how that is coming? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I'm able to say it. Okay, it's choosing the key.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So did you face any issues? Is everything fine?
Yes, sir. Everything is fine.
Okay, that's cool. Nice,
Okay.
Rohit.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So these are the animations and everything that we imported and our character. Okay. So now we are going to see how do we use to blend these animations and how do you use to create our character first. Okay. So before going to the creating the character, I just want to blend the animations. So let us see how to use to blend it. Okay, so just right click in the animation folder, animation, blend spaces, and there is a blend spaces 1D. So blend spaces is nothing but there is a two-dimensional x and y axis that you can do here, and the blend spaces 1D you can get only the one direction axis. Okay, so as of now we are using the blend space 1D, so we just need the only uh, idle to walk to run. Okay, there is no sideways and backwards backwards. Okay, so we are going to use the blend space 1D. Okay, click on that, and here you just choose your character skeleton mesh and name it as a blend spaces bs, and name it as a bs blend space, and bs underscore there's a doctor. I said it as a doctor. Yeah, so that's our Dr. blend space. So it is showing us currently in a T pose. You just open it, double click on it. So that will open the uh, blend space editor for us. So here you can see the asset browser. What is the animation that we are imported for our character that will be shown here. And here you can see the asset details. So here you can see the access settings. There's a horizontal, that is nothing but this one. There's a kind of timeline where you can use to drag your animations, and you can apply in the each individual uh, grids. Okay, so this is the grids, so where you can see the four grids. Okay, so there is how you can see that it is divided into the four divisions. Okay, so each division that is a 0, and currently it is in the 100 is the max value, but our character maximum speed is 600. Okay, so I just want to make this to be applied to 300. uh, okay, so we just use the 600 is the maximum speed of my character. So that's how can we know how can I okay sir, so how can you know that is 600 of the character speed? So here before creating this, we just do one thing. We just create the blueprint, create the new folder, name it as a blueprint, open it up, and right click here and create the blueprint class. Okay, so in this we have the different common classes. There's an actor, pawn, character, pawn, player, controller, game mode base, and everything. Okay, so this is the actor where you can create the different object like interactive objects or kind of health pickups or abstract obstacles. Okay, so and the kind of interactive doors or something like a mobile platforms. Okay, if you want to use multiple times in a level, okay, so instead of creating in each and every single time, okay, so this will be the more useful to save our time and placing wherever we need it uh, in the level. Okay, so in the pawn and the character is both are the same, but the difference is the pawn is only the uh, both are controlled by the player controller. Okay, but the pawn is not having the skeleton mesh, so we just used to is the kind of like a prototyping using the cube or the spear kind of shape. Then you can use the pawn, and when you want to use the animated characters or something, then you can use the character. Okay, so and there is a player controller. We can give the kind of all the controllers in here, and the game mode base where you can add the default, what is the default HUD system for our game, and what is the default player that you want to start with. Okay, all the information you can give it in the game mode base. Okay, so let's create the character first and name it as a BP underscore, I name it as a Dr. Chad. Okay, so let's open it up. Here we can see that that is open in the blueprint editor. Okay, so this is a common things that you can see main menu and everything. So how you can see your level editors in the similar way where you can see here. But this is the main perspective where you can use to add your characters and everything that you can see here. But you can drag and drop here, so you can add everything from the components, the add components from this. Okay, so in the details panel you can see all the information about it. So you can see the font control in the page, or yeah, it's a rotation or something. Auto process is disabled. Okay, so that all the uh, properties and everything that you can see here. Okay, and the capsule, so which is give us the like a collision to our skeletal mesh. Okay, so and the arrow is the direction of the character, which direction that you want to start your game of the character. So we just is to with the direction of the character when you are import the character, added the character in the uh, your blueprint, so that will indicate it here. Okay, so and here you can see the mesh. Okay, so here we have the skeletal mesh, so we already downloaded, that is a ch1, so we can use it. There you can see it is in the y direction. The t-pose is currently just looking up, but the direction you can see the arrow here, that is in this way, that is the x direction here, right? So we just used to rotate that in that direction and move it down a little. So minus 90, or there's a default value that is a minus 87 that I find here. So that will be mostly impact your ground. Okay. And last one is a character movement. So there's the one where you can get all the information about your walking speed and the jumping height, how much time that is in the air, everything that you can see in this details panel. Okay, so if you see here, maximum walk speed, that is a 300, there's a crouch is 300. Okay, so that's why I chosen here is a 600. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, and idle is a start, so that's the following. So here you can see the green diamond shape, so that's it, nothing but you can use to see the preview based on the value. Okay, so in the 0 to 600, so I have the total 4 grids divisions, and I just want to make this to be 600, so that's it, make to be simple to everyone. So I just go for some idle breathing, so as a starting of our character. So this little showing here, so we just make it turn off that bones. So go for the bones and turn off the all hierarchy bones and make it none. So then it will be removed. And that is also the box is added. So we just used to remove that box, remove all from the hierarchy. So let's save everything. Okay, I think I remove, right? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So now you have the walking. So let's place that into the 100. And when it is reaching to the 600, so I just want to start the run. Okay, so and walking, I just want to continue up to 200 and 300. After that, I just want to blend to the run. There you can see there's a blending that we done smoothly, right? So that's a simple thing that we done. Okay, yeah, so let's call the character here. So if I play, so I just created my character here, so let's play. So still I'm getting the camera. I want to use this character as a main player. So for that we just used to right click and create the blueprint class and use the game mode base. So let's call it as a gmb, game mode base underscore dr chad, or just call it as a prototype. Okay, so just open it up. And here you can see the classes. Okay, so in the classes we have the default pawn class. We are not changing any of this, so now today we will only see the default pawn class. Okay, so by default there is a default pawn is there, so but I want my character as the main one. So here you can say BP Dr. Chad. Okay, so just compile and save, and okay, just close that and play. Still I'm not getting right, because we created our game mode base, but we are not calling that game mode base in the level. Okay, in the project. So how can I call it? So let's go for the project settings, or go for the world settings. Okay, so if you want to use this character as the main character for all your levels, then you can change it in the project settings. Otherwise, you want to use this character only for this level, then you can change this in the world settings. Okay, so we'll see how can we change the into the world settings first. So this is the game mode prototype. So let's save it and play. There is our character, you can see. So but we can't see that, so we are overlapping on it because there is no camera and there is no movement, so it is not moving anywhere, right? So let's add some camera for this. Okay, so if you want to add the camera, so we need some distance. We don't know the distance, how much distance we need. Okay, so for that Unreal Engine give us a spring arm. So it's act as a camera selfie stick in the real life. Okay, so you just select the capsule and add the spring arm. So we name it as a camera boom or selfie stick. Okay, so for this, I'm going to add the camera, there you can see. Okay, so it is when you I'm added as a child. Okay, so then it is added in the end of the point of our camera boom. Okay, so let's compile and save. There you can play. So there you can see your character. Okay, so you can also move the camera so little up. Okay, so that you can see better. Okay, so and you can also rotate it and move it. Okay, so you just select and E. So in which direction you prefer to see your game, so you can use to adjust your camera. Okay, so that is everything about your character and calling that. So for example, I'm just saving this and go to the new level. There's a default level I open. So if I play, what is happening? I'm getting, again, the camera is the main actor, right? So instead of that, I want to use it any level I've created. I want to call my game mode prototype. Game mode base prototype is the main game mode. Okay, so at that time we can go for the settings and the project settings, and go to maps and modes. Here you can see the default game mode. Okay, so from this you can choose your game mode prototype. Okay, now if I play, there you can see your chat character. Okay, so if I take the any new level, so if I play, you can take you can get our character as a default character in the each level. Does anyone understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's jump into our level back. Okay. So instead of changing here, you can use to change over there if you want to use it as a default character for all the levels. Okay. So if you want to change the based on the level that you want to change your character, you can use this way from the world settings. Okay. So yeah, we're done up to here. So we need to move the character. It is stick there itself. It is not moving anywhere. Okay, so we do create some controllers for that. Okay, so if you want to create a kind of input system, so go to the project settings again, and here we have the input. So in the input, they have the bindings. Okay, so there is a binding. There's a two types of the bindings there. You can see action mapping and the access mapping. Okay, so action mapping is nothing but if you want to fire only one time, like a jumping, or if you want to do some actions. Okay, so that is only one time action, press and release. At that kind of animation that you want to implement, then you can use this action mapping. So, and next one is the access mapping. Is continuously it will execute and that will be fired when you are pressed. Okay, so example like moving forward and right side kind of it. Okay, and the looking up and the downwards. Okay, so these are the access mapping. Okay, so first one, I'm going to create the move forward. Okay, so in this, I'm going to give the keys. There is a W for the positive. So I just used to select. And if you want to use a more, you can also add the more keys for it. So for example, up also I want to add. So there you can see, okay. So you can also add the gamepad controllers and the mouse controllers, PS4 controllers, Steam controller, Xbox controllers. You can add the according to your project. You can add it. Okay. So as of now, we are doing for the PCs. So I am using to add this W up and S kind of all the keys from the keyboard. Okay. So that is a -1. So that's a reverse opposite direction that I want to move it. So and down uh, arrow, down arrow. And next one, move right. Okay, so where you can use to uh, move your direction left or right. Okay, so here what is happening in the move forward, it will take the two direction at a time. So positive and the negative. So that's why we use the only uh, in the single axis mapping, we just given the two style of the inputs here. Okay, so here we call it as a move forward, backward, and a move right or left. Okay, that's the more impact to see what is why it is moving when I press right when you're accessing this event. Okay, so if you are getting confused, just use the kind of it also. Okay, so that's a one way where you can get it into this. And move right is a D, that is the positive. And right arrow, and that is the A key for left, and left key for left. Okay, so how can we know that? So based on our graph, so when you draw a when you see the graph paper, so how it will be divided up and down. Okay, same thing that we do implementing on this here. Okay, so let's create the another axis mapping, that is turn. Okay, and so in which direction, that is I want to move x, mouse x. So when I move the mouse in the x direction, that is a horizontal direction. I want to rotate my character, that is a turn that I created here. And next one, look up and down. Okay, so look up. Okay, so in this is nothing but the mouse y, that is a direction. So here, but y is upwards is a minus, so we just use to change that into a -1. Okay, so these are the things. And if you want to use the jump action, so you can also use to add the jump here. Okay, so that's a jump, that is an action mapping. So I will show what is the difference between axis and the jump. Okay, so jump, so it's a space bar. That is a, so these are the basic keyboard input system for our character that we created. Okay, so let's jump into our character blueprint. Open it up, and here you can see the basic events. So we don't need right now. So we just remove this. Okay, so in right click, and what we created first, move forward. Okay, so there is a access event. So you just see here the event symbol. Okay, so that is, you can see it is the access value and there is the execution pin that we can have here. Okay, so if I print it, so we just go for the print string. Okay, so let's check the access value, how it is working. Okay, so compile and save, and let's play. There you can see it is running continuously like a our event update. How that will be a run, it will be continuously update in each frame. Similarly, our uh, move forward is an event that will be continuously execute. There you can see there's an execution, right? So the similar, but I don't know, is it working or not? So how can I know? So it is currently 0, 0. If I press W, you see 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So there's a positive that we given, right, in the project settings. And if I press S, so there is a -1. You can see 1. And if I'm not pressing anything, that is idle, that is a 0. Okay, if I press S, that is a -1. So kind of it will be give the values for us. Okay, so that's a basic thing or what you can see here. And yeah, so how can I do this? How can I move my character? Okay, so for that, we just used to get the controller rotation of the character. So in which direction is currently our character is seeing. So I just want to find it. So for that, we just use the control rotation. Okay, so it is rotation. So rotation is nothing but it's a Z axis where you can use to rotate and see around your area. Okay, so let's break this rotator. So this everything what we are doing, we are going to add the input for our character, input movement. Okay, set input. For add input, add moment input. So it is expecting the scale value. So that is a value where you can get it from the WNS. So we just used to add that. And here we have the world direction. So when I press it based on this axis that I want to move my character in that particular direction in the world. Okay. So for that, we are finding the rotation. Okay. And we just make it break and make rotation. So in the Z axis, make rotator, and this is the Z axis that we've seen. The rotation of the character should be in the Z axis. Just so this is a vector over here. So we just get forward. So we are using the forward here, right? So we just use to add the forward vector. Which I just want to move my character forward. So here we have the function that is called get forward vector. We just call it and connect that. Let's compile and save. You just play. There you can see our player is moving forward and backward. Yeah, didn't falling guys.
Yes, sir.
Any issues?
No, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. And I just going to call the another access event. Okay, so that is a move right,
Get right, right.
right, left. Okay, so from this, same thing we do, add movement, add movement input. Okay, so this also it will give the kind of uh, up and right and left. Okay, so we just used to select that scaling value. And from this, so this is a forward, we are moving the forward, but here we are moving the right. So let's find the get right vector. There you can get it. So we just used to connect this. Let's compile and save and play. There you can see that's moving our character Okay, so I think I didn't give the A. So let's go and check the project settings. I'm not able to move left side. So let's see what's happening. Yeah, I didn't give the minus value here. You see that? So just use to give the minus and play. So there you can see left and right, move and forward and backward. Okay, that's a cool one. So that's everything we did for our character input system, but it's little boring. So that's we just used to add the kind of at least idle animation. We just go for animation asset. So we do give the breath animation. You see that? So that's an idle breath. There you can see. That's nice. Okay. So and here, there's a no camera rotation. I just want to add the camera rotation. Okay. So there's a turn and look up. So let's do that. Okay, so is everyone done up to here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. So you just name it as a move forward or yeah, that's fine. Okay. So that's a move forward. And let's do our input system for turn. Okay, so we'll go for the turn. That's the event. Okay, again. So turn is a x value. So in the Unreal Engine, we have the specific names for the rotation x, y, z. Okay, so there is a what is the x, y, z? Anyone? What we call the x, y, z? The rotation? Yeah, I can hear you. What is x and y
Roll
and
pitch
z?
and yaw, sir.
Roll, pitch, and yeah. So x is
Yaw.
a roll. When you hover on here, that will show you that is x is the roll, y is pitch, and z is yeah. So currently we need to turn. So that turn is nothing but z axis. That's nothing but what is it? Yeah. Okay. So let's connect that. Yeah. Find the yeah. So that will show the add controller yeah input and connect that. So compile and save and play. There you can see our cat race rotation. You can see around the world, right? That's interesting. Okay. So next, we have the lookup video and the lookup. Okay. So just use the add. Top means what is the
Pitch.
axis? Pitch. So add controller pitch input. Then we do and script compile and save. Display. But I'm not able to rotate it in the up direction because in the camera boom, we didn't add the use one controller rotation. Okay, just make it turn on. Okay, so let's play. There you can see your rotation, right? And but I'm not able to see my character face. In the third person, I can able to see my character in the front view from the front view, right? But I'm not able to see from the front view of my character. So I just want to uh, change. I just want to do that. So how can I do that means? So these are the inputs. So we just comment that as a mouse input. Select our naming convention. So this will be help us when where you are doing any kind of this. So you just make it as a comment. So whenever you open, so we done this for this, we done this is for this. You can easily recall the things. Okay. So yeah, so that is a thing why you are not getting means. So here we are user controller rotation yeah is enable. So we just make it disable that, then compile and save. You just go for the play. There you can see your character from the front view also. And we need our character a little down so that's it's in the air, seems to be. Okay, so let's open it up and let's make this to be minus 85. Still it's in the air. Let me check. Okay, it's turned completely. Okay, so let's minus 90. Save it. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so that's moving. Nice. Okay, so the balance is we need to implement the animation to our character. Okay, let's go to our character and chat animations. So we created the blend spaces. So let's create the animation blueprint. In go right click and go to the animation. So here we have the animation blueprint. Select our chat character skeleton and click on it. And here we just give the name animation blueprint ABB as a short I'm going to give for this. And uh, name it as a chat itself. Okay. So there you can see, here you can see again the event graph and the event anim graph. So that is we've seen in the slides before. So in the event graph, we do a kind of script. We just find this pawn is there or not. If the pawn is there, so uh, is it moving or not? Everything that we can find it in the event graph. In the animation graph, we just do the state machine. Okay, so we just go for the state machine. So that is our add new state machine. Okay, so just connect that. Okay, so and you can rename it if you want. You just leave it uh, otherwise. So we just name it as a locomotion. Okay, so that's a general name we can give it for that. Okay, so these are entry points. So it's nothing but when you are entering to the game, so what type of the animation that you want to start, so that you can do here. So just drag from that execution pin and there you can get the arrow. Okay, so here you can see the add content and add state. So just go for the state and name it as a idle walk and run. There you can see. Okay, so and instead of this, so when it's going to be here, just double click. So it will open the another graph for us. So you just drag the our blend spaces that we created, the idle to walk to anim, run. So you just connect that. I think I just opened this. I didn't give the name for this. I name it as a speed. Okay, so let's save that. Okay, so you can give it any name. So, and I'm promoting this as a variable where I can use to find is my character is moving or not. Okay, in the event graph that I want to find it. So that's why I created as a variable here. Okay, so if I compile it, there you can see that's idle now. So I'm going to the 200, that's walking, and 600, that's running. You see that? Okay, so that's our bench spaces working perfectly. Okay, so yeah, let's go to backwards and event graph. Okay, and here, so we need to find is the player is in the game or not first. Okay, so for that we can use the execution pin. So this is the blueprint update animation. It is also execute continuously. Okay, when the game is started. Okay, so let's find is valid. So it will check is the character is there or not. Okay, if it is there, it, what I can do, if it is not there, I don't want to do anything. Okay, so is valid. So I just want to find get rotation. Okay, so here we just want to move our character forward, right? So we need to find the, we need to get the velocity of the character. Okay, so if it is moving, okay, so I just want to find the length of the vector. So just get the vector length. Okay, so there you can see. And there's a float value that green represent the float value, that is a speed variable that we are promoted there. So we just call that into here. So we have the get and set. Get is nothing but if you have the value you want to use that in that variable, you can use the get. If you want to set the new value into that, then you can use the set. So currently when you are pressing anything, we are walking or doing anything, so I just want to push the value into the space. So I just change the value dynamically. So I'm using the set over here. So if it is valid, so the character is there. So if I'm pressing it, that velocity will be change. That velocity I'm getting here, and we change it into the length, and that is going to convert into the float here. Okay. So that is everything is going on here. So let's compile and save. You see, that is already started execution. Okay, so let's call this animation blueprint into our character. Okay, character meshing the blueprint. Okay, character blueprint. So is up to now we use the asset. So now I'm changing this into the animation blueprint, that is default one. And coming to the animation classes, so we just change that in the animation blueprint chat, that you can see that is idle animation in the starting. Just go for the play. There you can see. Okay, so but it's not rotating according to the direction, right? You see, is everyone doing up to that?
Doing.
Yes, sir.
So can anyone share your screen? So is it working properly or not? Let me check. Yes.
1 minute.
Yeah, then.
So can you share my? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I'm able to see it.
Idle.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. It's working. Okay, fine. That's okay. So is everyone getting?
Sir,
Anyone not?
shall I share that? I'm facing the same issue. Action.
Okay, you can share it. I will check. Or you're facing the issue. Okay. We'll see why it is happening. I will show you. We'll just make it rectify. Okay. Nice, Akash and Tanmay. So we'll continue. Oh, okay. Let's go for this. Okay. So here we done our character is moving so in all the direction, so that's but it's not moving in the particular direction which I am rotating my mouse. Okay, I just want to rotate my character in the particular directions. Okay, so for that, go to the character blueprint. So and we have the character movement here, right? So just go to downwards little, and here you can see uh, rotation option, rotation settings, character movement rotation settings. So here we have the orient rotation to movement. Okay, so you want to make it rotate according to your mouse direction that you can see. So you just make it enable this one. Okay, let's compile and save, and let's play. There you can see in which direction that you can rotate your mouse in that particular direction. So it goes to be. You understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, and you can see the character is striking suddenly. Okay. So when I'm releasing my keys, there is a no smooth animation blending over here. Okay. And observe that you it is suddenly stopping the animation, right? So if you want to change that, so you can go for your then space. So let's go to the downwards. There is a target weight interpolation. Just change that into the 5. Let's save it and make it to play. There you can see as started smoothly and blending between the animations. Yeah. Didn't understand. Okay. So you can see kind of it. And that's everything about this character. So, and we added the kind of socket, right? So how that socket will be used, we'll see. Okay. So if you want to add some of the object, other kind of weapon or something, so we just used to add some static object in the bone if you want to add it. So here I'm going to add a static mesh. So I'm naming it as a SM underscore a weapon. So you just select and drag it into the mesh. Okay, so you just select this, and here you can see if you scroll it up. So here we have the parent socket. So if you select here, you can't see anything. Okay, so but when I'm dragging this into the mesh, if I go here into the search, there you can see all the bones. You can connect that. Okay, so there's a weapon socket that we have, and I'm going to add some like a capsule that I want to add it. For example, there you can see that, or like a first aid kit, like a cube box. Okay, there you can use to add it. So okay, let's make it everything to be default, then it automatically it will fix to the position. Okay, it is any penetrations and everything. So if I go to the play, there you can see, yeah, nice, right? Interesting. Full cat is holding something else and moving with it. Yeah. Okay. So there is a skeleton bone adding and adding the some of the stuff to that. Okay. So yeah, that's everything about this class. Okay. So is everyone done? I hope.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can anyone share your work? That will
So
be
can I share my
appreciated.
screen?
Yeah, sure, Kaustav.
Yes, sir.
So this is a most interesting topic. We can use to create our own character, and we just
Sir, can you see my
play with your own. Yeah, I'm able to say. Okay, that's
the
nice.
character which I took, sir? Remis.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice, Kaustav.
Thank you, sir.
So any others? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So is everything cool, guys? So any issues, just let me know, and see in the next class. So this is the animation, jumping and implementing the jumping animation, and we can add the different style of animations if you want in middle, like attacking and everything that we can use to apply. Okay, in the next class. Okay, so yeah, so this is the end of the class, and I can continue. And if you have any issues, you can ask me. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the class, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for
Thank you,
the
sir.
participation,
Thank you, sir.
and
Thank you,
Thank
we'll
you,
sir.
sir.
see you in the other session.